Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we have a bit of work to do on the base. You can see all those little orange, yellowish markers. That's where we're going to be separating at some point. But more importantly, we're going to start moving some things around. Yes, but first we have to get started, so let's go. Okay, so we have been rather busy off camera. Let's take a look and see what we've been working on. So what we are going to be doing today is that section over there is going to get detached. We're going to build the thrusters, we're going to separate it, and then we're going to attach that entire assembly to the what will eventually become the aft section of the base, which will eventually become a ship, I think, at this point. But yeah, so we're going to be attaching it back there. And I'll walk you through all of that. We have Bob set up so that he can start doing some work for us. In fact, before we go too much further, let's go ahead and get Bob going. We have been doing a little bit of mining. Actually need to rebalance some of this. Let's move you down here really quick. Move you up there. Move you up there. That should work out to about equal portions. Yes. So yeah, basically came back with a bunch of ore. We have... Are you going to let me... Come on, catch up here. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we've been doing just a little bit of mining. As you can see, we are now looking at 45, just shy of 46k nickel. Gold, we need it, so we went out and got some more. We're at about 6k silver. Now, I'm not expecting to use too much of this. Really, the only places that you use silver quite a bit are going to be in thrusters. You're going to use it in reactors, and you're going to use it in your personal weapons and supplies. So, like the fuel tank or gas tanks and things. So it's not too much of an issue right now. When we get to the point where we're using it, we are going to use a lot of it, so we'll end up picking up some more before we leave. Obviously, we've got lasers going off, which means we've got hostiles out there. Yes, we have turned on the planetary hostiles. Got a little bit of magnesium to make some more ammo, some gravel. Again, we're only really going to be using that for reactor parts. Cobalt, and then just, you know, about 1/3 iron, so it's not too bad. Now, what we did do, as I said, is we did turn on the hostiles. We'll go out and do a little bit of recovery, see if we can find some of them before they despawn. The other thing that we're going to be working on this week is going to be the hangar module. And I said I was going to get Bob running. Come here, Bob. Where are you at, buddy? Let's get Bob running. Okay. I don't think we're going to get out here before they despawn. Yeah, it's just... See if Bob picked this stuff up yet. Nope. Might be outside of Bob's range to pick it up. Oh, okay. Thought there was more over here. Oh, no, there's some. So yeah, basically to make things a little bit more dangerous when I'm out and about, because I'm still doing a lot of mining on the ground. So... Damn it, at some point I will stop hitting escape. But yeah, so just to keep things a little bit more interesting, we did turn on hostiles. I need to apply the AI fixes. I did not load that mod yet, and I keep forgetting to. I've restarted a couple of times, loaded a bunch of stuff, and for some reason I just keep forgetting to load that mod. But for those who don't know, there's a mod on the workshop that fixes the hostile AI. So when you have the wolves and spiders and things enabled, the AI will actually go after the player instead of just running through aimlessly. But I think it's kind of cheesy right now because we have really good ground defense now because of all those lasers we put in. So most of the hostiles actually don't get a chance to get near us, and when they do, right now the AI, like I said, is broken. So what they'll do is they'll just kind of run into things. I think that was... It looks like Bob probably picked up the rest of this stuff. Okay. So I have also loaded a new mod. So let's go ahead and go plates. Thank you. I'll load all this in here. Reactors are going to pull out what they need, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. Let's look for drills. Go ahead and drop this stuff off. We are still finding things in the unknown signals. And we went ahead and built a dataless defense laser. This thing is kind of cool. I really want to use this on one of the hostiles, but they haven't, because of the lasers, the defense lasers we have on the base. Nothing gets close enough to us to really use it on. So, but basically what it does is it replaces, it's a little bit higher damage rifle. Has a great sound effect, but no real visuals other than the hit indicator. So maybe we'll get a beam one at someday. All right. Okay, so let me show you what we're talking about here. So as you can see, things are finishing up. Once all of the engines are done, we're just waiting for our gyro to finish. Command share is done. And it looks like the last of our engines are being loaded up right now. So I'm assuming once that's done... Okay. And I'm wondering if I'm going to need... I'm probably going to need a reactor on here too, because I think the only thing we have powering this once it detaches is going to be 2, 3, 4 batteries, I think. So, yeah. I'm glad I stopped to think about that before we tried doing anything. That would have been really, really bad otherwise. Okay. You know what? Let's go... Where can we put a temporary large reactor on this thing? I'll tell you what, let's do this way first. We're going to go into production. We are going to find our assembly. Oh, look at that, it went up now. Perfect. And we wanted to do a large reactor. Alright. Should be down here somewhere. Looks like I went past it. There it is. We wanted to queue up stuff for that. We're going to move you over because I'm not really worried about plates. We have a bunch of those already built out. So we're going to use most of the gravel, which is what I was expecting. And yeah, we have everything. That's not a problem. Awesome. Now, the reason I have it building the reactor parts first is because that way we can figure out where we're placing this thing. Let's go reactor. Yeah, this was almost a comical situation. Okay, we need to find a place for you though. Can we put you there? Steel plate. All right. Let's see here. Can we put you on top of the gyro? No. It's worth a try. You never know. Sometimes it'll let you do that kind of stupid stuff. Alright. Place that there. Go ahead and get this going. And then Bob will finish this up for us. Wow, we've already created almost 1,500 electric components. Holy crap. Flying through those. Okay. So we'll let Bob finish that up. Once that's finished, we'll start relocating some of the uranium over here so we have this thing powered. Once all of this is powered up, we will actually go ahead and take this out now. And we will hope that it's not going to come crashing down on top of us. Hey, it didn't come crashing down on top of us. Awesome. Because what we're going to have to do, and the reason I want all of this stuff powered up is because when we disconnect this here, right now the only thing holding it on here is that little block. So I want to make sure we have everything powered up. We have everything ready to go. I'm assuming 4 large should be enough to lift everything with all of the reactors and refineries and stuff on it, I hope. We'll see in a minute, I think. Okay. So, reactor is done. And we're going to grab some uranium ingots. I want 226 of them. Because when this reactor comes online, we're going to have a ridiculous amount of power. At least temporarily. And eventually this will get relocated into the ship proper. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put it yet. I was thinking about in here where the 2 emergency reactors are currently, but it would mean I would have to take out part of the floor, which I'm actually okay with, but I'm not sure that's what I want there. I may end up building, so what we're going to do is that's going to connect over here, and I may end up building this out to be actually a reactor room. But we'll see. We'll see. First things first, we have to get this thing disconnected, and we need to convert it to a ship. I'm going to make sure everything is clear. Yes, nothing's touching ground. And then we can test this out. Looks like we should be okay here. Okay. Now, as much as I would love to do a save at this point, so if everything goes horribly, horribly wrong, we're not going to. Because, you know, this is part of the fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this disconnected. Oh, this is going to hurt. Alright. Now you should technically still be a station, I believe, right? So we're going to convert this to ship. Oh, this could be bad. Hey, look. Holy crap, it actually worked once. Nice. Alright. Now we do need to be careful we're not going to destroy everything here. Okay. What are you trying to... You're either welding or melting something, and I'm not sure which I would actually prefer you to be doing. Alright, come here, Bob. Alright, let's do it this way. So we're less likely to... screw stuff up. Of course, that, you know, all things being relative, right? Bob is working on something. All right. So this is where docking cameras would be really, really useful. Alright, so... Okay, so we want this to basically be even with that. Need it to be as level as possible. This is going to come down just a little bit. I may lose a couple of solar panels in this. we don't want solar panels flopping around here. Alright, so let's see, how close are we on the line up here? Pretty damn close, actually. Okay, that's actually closer than I thought it was going to be. And we will come back through and we'll rebuild some of this once we're done. Like I said, we don't want a situation where we've got things destroying themselves when we try to do this. Alright. I mean, look at that. I can give it a slight nudge around. Alright. Okay. Steady. God, I hope this works. This is either going to work really, really well or really poorly. I'm not sure which yet. Alright, let's see how that worked. Which way am I going? I got myself turned around. We're going this way. Oh, look at that. Am I just a smidge too high? Okay. Really need docking cameras. Okay. Now, are you too high or are you too low? We need to go slightly to the right, right? Because we're doing it from this perspective. So yes, we need to go just a touch to the right and a smidge forward. Okay.
Health critical.
Ow. Guess I got a little too close to the thruster there. Ow. What are we looking for? We're looking for merge tunnel. Let's not step directly in front of the thruster again. Okay, let's get you out of the way so I can actually see which way we're mounting up here. So it looks like we're a little off center. A little too far down. So I think it's just pitch control at this point. Let's learn our lesson from the first time. Okay, let's do this then. You come out of there. We'll put you there. Bob's gonna weld it up anyway. Alright, and then we're gonna do camera. I think I have the parts for this, right? There you go. And we want you in that position. Yes, yes, the thrusters do have me a little paranoid now. We're going to do that. Why are you not letting me... let's see, merge tunnel. See, this is the thing, I always have problems with the merge tunnels. Because what happens is, sometimes things don't want to match up the way the merge tunnel actually match things up. And so what it will do is give you a little bit of problem. Now, if... careful, that might... on this side looking. Oh, you're fine on this side, it's just that side. Okay. And what I'm hoping... You're actually working. You're actually working. You look like you're ready to match up, it's just... getting you in the right orientation. Because the merge tunnels are polarized. From what my experiences with them. Did you work that time or no? Because if you didn't work that time, what we're going to do... Nope. Okay. We're going to just use regular merge blocks. We're going to back the ship up just a little bit. Well, we're going to back up this section. Yeah, so that tells me it was probably something over here that's, you know what, it might be these here. This might be the problem right here. So, merge blocks are a pain in the backside a lot of times. Because if things don't match up, the way that the game wants things to match up, you end up with really nasty side effects. Where did you go? Come here. Will you quit doing that? Work. There you go. Of course we would. Alright. Yeah. There. It's like it wants to be a pain, we'll do it the easy way. And that should be us connected. Yep. Yay, look at that. Okay. Alright, so now what we'll do is we have Bob set up to grind things down when we paint them particular colors. So we're going to have Bob grind that down. And then he can start grinding these other thrusters down. And once the reactor is gone, we'll come back and grind down that last thruster. That'll give Bob something to do for a little bit. Now, as far as we're concerned, let's take a look here. We have a tunnel. That's good. Alright, and I'm thinking, I really do like the way the whole thing comes together. And see, now these are linked. And I'm thinking when we get this thing into space, we'll cut, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe cut the merge block off here? So I'm thinking Windows, 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 tie it all together here to close this off. Or, what we could do, I think we have the blocks for it too. Let's go enclosed. We do have it. We want the enclosed windows. I think those are all in the lit passage now. Switch this over to white. Ooh, that's bright. Okay. So we now have a way in and out of the ship. That works. Okay, I think that will work nicely, actually. Yes. Of course, what I could do, since we have the merge block up above... Come here, you. We still have our way out here, which is good. Okay, so I'm thinking we leave that merge block. We put a block right there to hold the actual merge. We take the merge tunnels out because that's actually all connected now. So if we take the merge tunnels out, we can put another one of these hallways in. There you go. Yeah, so let's do 2 more of the hallways. We do one there, one there. And I may actually take that out. Let's take this one out. And we'll move the airlock back one, give us a little bit more room in here. See, and this is what I was talking about. I would be tempted to put in a reactor back here. So we may end up reworking a lot of this, but we'll see. For now, let's go ahead and get this out, get this out. We want our airlock up here. We like the rotary airlocks for this very reason. Okay. And I took one out, so I have to put one back. And we have a little bit of, you know, sci-fi-ness to it. That's a word, right? It is now, at least. Okay. Now, I think for this one, we are going to go... Let's get our conveyor vent in here. Take that block out. Let's flip this around until we find our air vent. Yeah, we'll do it this way. That's fine. There you go, Bob. Way to catch up to us. Now, the benefit of this. When that's closed, this area now becomes pressurized. So we can actually use this as an airlock system. Since this whole thing here allows us to have a single block airlock, we have a receiving area now. And that's going to be important later on. Close that right now. I'll probably end up going back out that way. We have the windows, so that chair needs to come out. The gyro on the back is going to come out. See? So that whole area is now completely sealed. Actually, did I take the door out over here? No, there's a door there. Okay. There we go. Close you up. Walk through. I do like the fact that I never heard that before. I never paid attention to the little motor sound when that thing's transitioning. Okay. Let's come over here and heal up really quick. And I think that is probably going to do it for us today. What I do want to do, let's go out here, because we can. Yes, I have little entryways all over this base now, so we can, no matter where we are, we can basically get out fairly quickly if we need to, which is going to be important. Like I said later on, once this thing is a ship, let's go ahead and start breaking some of this stuff down. You can go away. You can go away, and wahaha. Alright, so I am happy that we got this done. This should be a little bit more interesting once we're fully complete with what we're doing with it. To give you an idea, yeah, that's right. We'll go ahead and switch this over. So what the running idea is that at this point, now that we have that moved over here, as everything welds up and gets finished, we have a little bit of flight time left in the hydrogen. Let's turn it off then. Okay, so we have our O2 manufacturing and everything back here. Oh, look. Let's go ahead and get you in there. Have to do the same over here, and we'll re-weld all of this up so we'll have the all of the blocks in here appropriately. We're basically just getting everything geared up for right now. And yeah, we'll do one there. So now that everything is connected, we can take merge block out, I hope. Well, the worst that happens is it all blows up, right? So if we go like so, because what I'm thinking is something like this. So, you know, that way you know it was something different at one point. I may come back, take this out, and just put straight blocks in, but I think it looks a little bit better like that because we already have a bunch of angles over here, and so that just kind of ties it all together. But let me know what you think. Anyway, to get out of here. Thank y'all for stopping in today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit those like buttons. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Not only does it help the channel to grow, also let you know when new content's coming out. Well, I'm getting back into it, so hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more. Anyway, I'll get you out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks again for stopping in, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Alright, so now we have to figure out how we're going to do engine pods. Maybe we will do engine pods off to the side of the main body.